For the second straight year, Canada cannot close out victory in the gold medal game, but the way it went down here in Buffalo will require intense dissection. You're a coach in the National Hockey League. Tell us what happened.
Well, it's amazing. After 5 flawless periods, 3 against the Americans, 2 against the Russians. Tonight they totally dominate the first 2 periods. Russia had 3 scoring chances after 2 periods maybe, but in this third period after the first goal was scored, this team got rattled. They got on their heels, and the Russians came with tremendous speed through the neutral zone. Umpteen uneven rushes. They started to win the puck battles. They started to win the races for the pucks. It was like 2 different hockey teams. The Canadians looked like the Americans in the third period, and it was frightening to watch. But they got on their heels, they got rattled, and they couldn't get out of the funk.
Nick?
I can't believe that Dave Cameron didn't have them prepared in the third period based on the history of the last couple of games by the Russians. Should anybody really be surprised at this comeback based on what they were able to do 2 games ago against the Finns and then finding a way to battle back again and beat the Swedes? Many people believe that this was a team destined to win the gold medal. And I don't believe for a second that Canada necessarily wasn't prepared in that third period. But then the highly skilled Russians and their speed took over in that third period.
But you come back against the Finns and you come back against the Swedes, but you don't come back against the Canadians like that. That's just something that we've never seen.
Goaltending was a question mark, just like a year ago. Did it let them down?
It became a factor. Vicentin, I thought, was okay, and then all of a sudden he made a huge save shorthanded in the second period that could have got Russia back in the game. He held them into the third, and then the second goal. Panarin scores a soft goal, and that was the second goal in 11 seconds, and that was the one that planted the seed of doubt on the Canadian bench that the Russians had the ability to come back. I thought at that point Dave Cameron should at least call the timeout, settled the boys down, and maybe even contemplated pulling Vicentin. We saw the Russians do it. It was a factor for them. Maybe Cameron should have thought the same thing.
He did call a timeout after the third goal.
Right, he did. And the structure that they played was so well throughout the game, especially defensively. Their defensive posture, structure in their own end has been superb throughout this tournament. The third period, it just wasn't there. I mean, on those goals, their defensive positioning was terrible.
There's already debate. Was this a great comeback by the Russians that they orchestrated in 3 consecutive games, or a total collapse by Team Canada?
Yeah, I look based on their history in this tournament, and I call it a comeback. And I know a lot of people are sitting here calling it a complete collapse, but maybe we're going to see a few guys become household names in the near future with the Washington Capitals, a guy like Kuznetsov, a Tarasenko, a first-round pick of St. Louis. As these guys progress and people get to know them, it'll be more than ever known as a comeback.
How do you see it?
I see it as a collapse because of how well they played and how well they were dependent on that great structure, and they played their system and executed to a T. And for whatever reason in the third period, and again, as Kipper alluded to, that second goal in 11 seconds would put any team on their heels, and you combine that with you're just not quite sure if your goaltender is good enough or is the guy that can really win you the tournament. I felt sorry for them, but they were on their heels big time.
From a disastrous performance at the Vancouver Olympics, Russia shook up its national hockey program. It's not all the way back, but this is a pretty good start with a gold medal at the World Junior Championship.